Myself Manish Kumar Singh, Assistant Professor, Department of Botany, DK College, Dumra. Today we will study about monocot root. In the previous class we have studied about internal structure of dicot root. Now we will study the structure of monocot root. Like the internal structure of dicot root, monocot root also contain outermost layer that is known as epiblema or epidermis. Here also unicellular root hairs are present that are developed due to modification of epidermal cell in the zone of maturation region. Root hair helps in absorption of water and mineral. And similar to the dicot root, where I have discussed that cuticle and wax layer are absent in epiblema. Here the same reason, because root has to absorb water and mineral, that's why cuticle and wax are absent. अब हम देखते हैं एपिडर्मिस के नीचे, एपिडर्मिस और इंडोडर्मिस के बीच का जो लेयर होता है इसको कार्टेक्स कहते हैं. ये पैरेन्काइमा सेल का बना होता है और इनमें क्लोरोप्लास्ट नहीं पाया जाता है. कुछ एक्सेप्शन है, जैसा कि मैंने पिछले वीडियो में बताया था आपको. इसको कॉर्टेक्स कहते हैं. कॉर्टेक्स के बाद आता है इंडोडर्मिस. ये भी पैरेन्काइमा और बैरल सेल से मिलकर बना होता है और इसमें लिग्निन और सुबेरिन का डिपोजिशन पाया जाता है. दिस वन इज लिग्निन एंड सुबेरिन. मेनली सुबेरिन इज डिपोजिटेड. दिस इज नोन एज कैस्पेरियन स्ट्रिप. Inside the endodermis, there is single layer pericycle made of parenchyma cell. In the center, there is well developed pith. It is also parenchymatous. It helps in storage of food. Now, when we study the vascular bundle, we see that vascular bundles are radial and exarch. In previous lecture, I have discussed what is the radial and exarch. Again I am telling, radial means xylem bundle and phloem bundle are present at different radius. At this radius only xylem bundles are found, at this radius only phloem bundles are found, or xylem and phloem are present at different radius, or alternatively, that is, this one is xylem bundle, this is phloem, this is xylem, this is phloem, this is xylem, this is phloem. This is known as radial condition. Now what is exarch condition? When protoxylem first formed, it is smaller in size, is towards endodermis, and metaxylem, that is larger in size and formed later, is towards the pith. This condition is known as exarch. That is, vascular bundle of monocot root is radial and exarch. One thing should be clear, that all the cells of endodermis contain Casparian strip except the endodermal cell that is present before the protoxylem. Endodermal cell before the protoxylem do not contain Casparian strip, and such cells are known as passage cell. These passage cell help in absorption of water because Casparian strip check the entry of water inside the xylem. That is, there is only path, that is the passage cell through which water enter the xylem. Again I am telling that how water is absorbed. From the soil, water is absorbed by root hair, then it enter the cortex. From one cortex to another cortical cell, it reach the endodermis, and then through passage cell, this one is the passage cell, it enter the protoxylem. Now the absorption is complete. This is the whole about the monocot root structure. Now we should be clear what is the main difference between internal structure of dicot root and internal structure of monocot root. First of all, we see that, and we also have studied that in dicot root, vascular bundle is diarch to hexaarch. Diarch to hexaarch. Diarch means 2 bundle of xylem and 2 bundle of phloem. Triarch means 3 bundle of xylem and 3 bundle of phloem. In the same way, hexarch means 6 bundle of xylem and 6 bundle of phloem. It means in dicot, number of xylem and phloem bundles will be from 2 to 6, not more than 6. And if the number will exceed the 6, then the condition is known as polyarch. Now it is clear that in dicot root, vascular bundle is from diarch to hexarch, but in monocot, this one, the condition is polyarch. When we will count that, the xylem and phloem bundle will be more than 6. It is the first main difference. Second one, in the case of monocot, here in the center, pith is well developed. It is parenchymatous. But in case of dicot root, pith is not present. Third one is, in the case of dicot root, this one is pericycle. It is present just below the endodermis. This one is endodermis. It is pericycle. In the case of dicot root, pericycle helps in production of lateral root and cork cambium. In dicot root, pericycle helps in development of cork cambium and lateral root. But in case of monocot, pericycle develops only lateral root, because in monocot secondary growth does not take place. And in dicot root, secondary growth take place. Here, when we see that in dicot root, we have not studied about the cambium, but during the development of secondary growth, when secondary growth happens, cambium develops at the later stages and secondary growth occurs in dicot root. But in monocot, cambium never develops, hence secondary growth does not occur. This is the reason monocot roots are thinner in size while and less developed, while dicot roots are generally wider and more developed. This is the main difference between monocot root and dicot root. Now, I think from this figure, structure of monocot root is very clear to you. Now, study the both topic, dicot root and monocot root, and now compare yourself. What is the difference? That difference will be put up against you as a question. अगले क्लास में हम एक नए टॉपिक और नए लेक्चर के साथ उपस्थित होंगे. तब तक आप खुश रहिए, मस्त रहिए. धन्यवाद.